Izzy. I'm here today with Dan Gaze from Dan Gaze Sports Services Limited. What have we just been doing here, Dan?
Today we're in a project which I designed alongside Sheffield Town Council. It's called Get Off the Street and Use Your Feet initiative. I designed it through COVID to get young people basically back playing sport, to build self-esteem, build relationships, and just have some fun. Really, really important. We do it once a week down here on a Thursday, which has been funded by the Veru to do it all the way up until March 25 over in Riverside, in Stockfold on a Wednesday. So it's been going really, really well. We have probably around about 50 to 60 young people through the both sessions, and everyone's just free football, street football, having a laugh, supported by mentors.
That's brilliant. And then other than this kind of sport thing, what else do you and your company do?
Yep, so my company is built up with loads of different people with SCMH backgrounds or special education needs backgrounds, so teachers, mentors, support workers, youth workers, and we all work together to try and, basically what I always say is working together to support young people. So we have an AP, alternate provision, which we're hoping to build into a DFE or an Ofsted registered AP by next year, which is fantastic. We also have the detached work we do with Sheffield Stockfold Youth Involvement, which we're part of. We also do sport programmes through Grant Union Housing, plus we have our mentoring through Hertfordshire, so Hertfordshire SEM, we do a lot of mentoring education through them. We just recently signed up with Bedfordshire Council, Borough Council and Central Beds Council. We're hoping to sign up with Bucks Council and obviously work alongside the Veru for their skills sport programme, which we just started back in May, which is in Beds, Central Beds and Luton in schools, mentoring through sport.
And what does that mentoring entail? Obviously, you said to do sport, is it, what kind of is it?
So for me, it's about building relationships, being consistent, knowing these young people have someone to talk to they can trust and they feel safe, it helps to support them and guide them. I always say that everyone's on a pathway, especially young people. It's okay to tread on the grass, but don't keep treading in the dog's poo, if you know what I mean. So we want to keep young people away from criminal activity, keep young people build their self-esteem, we want to bring them out of their shells and support them. They are the future of our country, aren't they? So.
Yeah, that's brilliant. If you don't mind me asking, why do you do this? What inspired you to get into this?
I was inspired by some young people, but I was also inspired by myself in a weird way. So I decided, I had a bad childhood, and expelled from school, 2 schools, I went to prison, was working the door at a young age. A lot about me on YouTube, please check it out, Dan Gaze Support Service. Don't forget to like and subscribe, I suppose is the right word. And I just like to try and help and support young people. I got into youth work, I got into teaching, and now we're sort of getting, we're working across schools in Central Beds and Hertfordshire, and we're helping change young people's lives and support the schools as well.
That's incredible. And what is it that you enjoy most about working with young people, mentoring?
The challenge sometimes is great. Sometimes the challenge with young people, not all of them want to work with you, and that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes, it's good when you get great results. It's hard to hear the bad stories as well sometimes. But then, I get letters, I get emails, and I get Instagram messages from young people I've worked with years ago that send me messages and say, Dan, thank you from their parents that are now at uni or doing well in music or boxing, and just trying to do the best they can, which is important.
That's incredible. If you don't mind, could you give me one story in particular of someone that you've worked with, that you've given an impact on, that's really stayed with you throughout your career?
I'll give you 2. How about 2? So one from my teaching and one from now. So one from my teaching, there was a boy, I won't say who he is, he's now a man, fantastic. We call him Champ, and he was written off in school, very intelligent lad. Teachers said, he's out of control, he even used words like a psychopath, which I didn't like sometimes. Because he used to lose his temper a lot. I would say dysregulate is probably the right word. Anyway, long and short, I said to the head at the time, I was just a PE teacher, trained to be assistant head. I said, can I take him and do some boxing with him? Everyone told me I was mental, why are you going to teach him to fight? I said, it's controlled art, it's not about fighting. Anyway, long and short, this young man would stay with me once a week, box. He become a role model to the rest of the young people, changed his behaviour to the point of now he's doing really well. He does music now, he has a band, I think he does some rapping now, if I remember rightly. He just went on, still polite to me, still sends me messages now.
That's incredible.
And done so well. The other young man was good, it's quite a recent one, so this was a young man I worked with at a school locally. He actually brought me a little bit to tears, so he had a lot going on in his life from male perspective, struggled with male relationships, very unconfident. Mum told me a few situations I won't bring onto camera. Long and short, he's really come out of his shell, he's really positive, doing well, he's happy, and that was just through just getting a relationship with him, finding a little book. His hook was Uno. We used to have a good bit of fun through Uno together, and we used to have a laugh. And I just received a lovely card and present from him, his parents, just to sort of his mum, and from him, just basically saying thank you for everything. And I also want to thank them, because both of them kids I'm talking about have helped me understand even more young people. And I always say that every young person I work with teaches me something more than I teach them.
That's incredible. And just as a final kind of standpoint, if you could give young people today, like it's a very busy world, there's a lot of things around social media, all of that, if you could give them like 2 or 3 pieces of advice when they're just going about their teenage years, these like people going into teenage years, going into secondary schools, that sort of thing, what advice would you give
So
them?
don't believe everything that's on social media. Social media is positive and a negative. Use it in a positive way. You know, social media highlights everything good. Are there people really happy? And do we all have to have 6 packs, fake lips, and does it really affect our mental health sitting on the screens all the time? Think about that. Think about when the word no used, what does that actually mean? So no is no for a reason, with boundaries, and that is really important as well. And also just open up and be flexible. Don't be looking to shut doors on things like the police. Don't be looking to shut doors on teachers that want to help you and support you. And just see what people can guide you through, because they actually want the best for you.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. It's really interesting to hear your story and everything. If anyone wants to get in contact with you, school, students, anything like that, how are they able to do that?
So just before I do that, I just want to say a big up to you, because you are a young person, 17 and growing, and this week you spent some time with us, which we've really enjoyed. Every staff has spent some time with you, said how positive you are, how grown up you are. Schools have told me today how they couldn't believe that you were 17. How fantastic you are. So well done you, and really, really proud of you. You should take that into your future and think about that. If I can ever do anything for you in the future, please shout me. For me, email is obviously a good one for professionals, which I put in the bottom. Instagram, Twitter, I don't really use that much, or X, whatever you'll call it now. And LinkedIn, obviously for professionals as well. Maybe we'll have a social media manager at some point that might do a little bit more. Thank you all, guys.
That can all be found in the description below. Thank you so much.